another gauntlet character over onto the core, and I was loving the Capped core.
Lil Cap's, he's definitely, if anyone's gonna swap on win, it's Lil Cap. But we're gonna be getting right on into this next one. And to your point about how he was playing all these other characters, again, he's known for this Bodvar, so it's very odd to see him swap at all. But to see him swap, it seemed like it was a counter pick to Kostlix, a very well-known Lance player, and to see him come into this one and be like, I'm not gonna try the kind of Lance counter pick characters that I have, is a little bit odd.
Now, one thing that he will probably still do with this Bodvar, like he was doing with the core and like he did with the Bodvar before that, was stomp Insig on hammer. It's much easier to hit depending on what your opponent does. Like, it's going to be a true option on the core. For the Bodvar, it's not going to be true, but it is going to cover a shocking amount of dodges. Basically anything but a jump, depending on where you hit the stomp, you can get an Insig hit. If they spot dodge it, if they dodge up, dodge down, dodge diag, like so many of the options out of the stomp, that might not even matter though, because the first stock, holy cow, just taken out of the gate by Stingray 45 seconds into the game. That seems long compared to the previous 3-second knockout we got, but holy cow, that's still a very
there's definitely
quick
some
stop.
like ramp up time there for Stingray. Honestly, I didn't even think Lil Cap was that damaged for that side signature to knock out. But again, one thing that's really nice about these side signatures coming out from the Orion. Okay, nice turnaround from Lil Cap, gets the side air, gonna keep this one close. One thing that's nice, and I guess kind of a pitfall of those side signatures, is it's got a lot of movement in it, right? You saw how close he went to the kill box on a whiff. Now imagine launching after hitting that.
Yeah, that ended up being an orange knockout for Little Cap, which is kind of exactly what he needed here. He's still taking so much damage.
Nice.
Oh man, nice! Beautiful combo there coming out from Lil Cap. He's getting juggled by these, able to get through it, land on the ground again, going into the air, stop Insig, dodging away. That D-Light ended up hitting too far away from this Orion pick, from the Stingray. Nice, beautiful down sig, a very strong signature. Me and Steven were talking about it. One of the greatest signatures in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good tool for Orion players on the spear. Nice neutral sig in return from Lil Cap. He's doing a good job of getting these return stocks, but you don't want to be returning. You want to be the one who's getting that first stock. And we are getting down to the final stocks of game number 1 here in the losers quarterfinal.
Lil Cap kind of playing over on that right wall, ends up getting through, retreating over to the left side. Both of them kind of jockeying back and forth for their stage positioning. Stomp Dare coming out from Lil Cap. Grounded Nair, doesn't make contact. Nair from Stingray. Just kind of trading blows back and forth. Lil Cap a little bit behind in terms of damage. Stomp side air. Weapon toss goes out. D-Light Dare doesn't pick up the recovery.
I was not able to get the 3-piece, get that optimal damage. Gonna go for the side air this time. Knows that he wasn't able to get that 3-piece last time. Just wanted some stage control, but Stingray's the one with the stage control. Again, the down signature, such a good tool for just covering all this space around you. Oh no.
Oh, the neutral signature is going to take Capped off the top. Game 1 going the way of Stingray. And not even just that down signature on Orion's spear covers both sides, but like it kind of has some range to it. Like it's not a super close signature that you grab when someone's stacked on you. It also does that, but it does have a ton of range on it too.
It's definitely a very nice tool. Comes out super quick. You saw the way Stingray was kind of just dashing in, throwing out that down signature. We're gonna get right on into game number 2. They like immediately locked in. Like there was not even time to think about this one. Lil Cap was like, I know what happened. I got this one. Back on the hammer against Stingray. Stingray finally picks up the lance.
Yeah, Lil Cap was able to grab the first 2 weapons. That gives him actually a very solid damage lead going into this. In comes this Lance, though. See, now, if I was Lil Cap, I wouldn't really be going on this stage. Oh, gets the stacked stomp. Doesn't immediately go for the dare.
No, but he was able to convert really well off that kind of odd decision. This is something I've been thinking about with Lil Cap lately, is like he's not a player who does a lot of like, oh, I hit this move, I'm gonna auto combo into the obvious things. Like he's constantly thinking about what the optimal thing to do is, and sometimes for Lil Cap the optimal thing is to not do anything and try to get more afterwards. Nice downlight recovery. Lil Cap is gonna take the lead.
Yeah, maybe it just took one game of warm-up on this Brawlhaven for him to find this very early stock, about 45 seconds into the game, maybe 50 seconds, but he took almost no damage in the process, sitting in yellow. Now, it is yellow on Brawlhaven against this Stingray, who's been able to hit multiple signatures. He's finding even more damage on the second stock.
Just barely missed that down signature. Would have been a nice spike. It would probably not taken out Stingray, but still Really good tool for Little Cap. And now he's over to the sword. It's interesting that he's opting to play the sword right now, considering how well his hammer did on that first stock. Oh, he disarmed himself. This is going to be tough for Little Cap here. He's stuck on this corner. Stingray with the side sig. Yep, gets the stock. All right, Little Cap with the hammer in hand now. Gets the side air. Stingray flown off the map. Can't quite get that neutral air. And again, the weapon toss. Another side air. Stingray launched left to right. These are the farthest possible sends Little Cap can do, which is why Stingray is surviving. Little bit extra. Another one. Finally gets it. And he's going to do the flag taunt just to kind of feel the glory on that one.
Yeah, even with a little bounce off the stage, he was still able to get the knockout there. And we saw the back of Bodvar's hat, which is like, I think y'all talked about it on the dev stream. Like, you don't normally see the backs of characters. Like, for hair, you can pretty much guess what it looks like, but seeing the backside of that hat, you don't normally see it for very many frames.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you're used to seeing. Oh my gosh, the neutral signature, that's something you're used to seeing if you played against an Orion and ranked once or twice, but Lil Cap very aware of that option from those Orion players.
He really went for the big play there. He knew he was really far behind, and that gravity cancel neutral signature, that dunk beautifully spaced on the side signature, knew exactly how much distance that was going to cover. So he got to safety, weapon toss coming in, sending Lil Cap over to the side, getting away from the gravity cancel down signature, again spacing the side signature, getting away from the end signature. We've seen the whole spear signature kit, and he might continue that over the lance.
Where you going? Lil Cap doing such a good job outspacing these options from Stingray. Was not getting the best punishes on it, but still able to extend the second stock. You can kind of see the frustration coming out from Stingray. It's a lot more frantic with his movements, with his attacks. Really wants to get this second stock from Lil Cap.
They're coming.
Bro, come on, not like that.
And in true Lil Cap's fashion, the weapon toss up, and he's gonna fall to his death, losing that second stock. But he has Stingray in such good position. Almost has the okay. He continues jumping to get above that.
His spacing's so good, he outspaced the stage, gets the scoop up, and a nice like freeze frame on the back of the head. We're going right back into game number 3.
We're tied 1-1 in this best of 5 set. Cap looking really strong here. Same thing for Stingray, though.
Yeah, both of them having some really explosive moments. Both of them showing that they have the potential to close out this set, but just kind of that pendulum, that momentum, swinging back and forth between the two of them. Stingray able to get that spawn weapon, trying to start it off with a Gimp, but Little Cap this time opting to go below the aerial Gimp from the Lance player.
Yeah, that's going to be him changing it up so Stingray doesn't catch on to how he's going to recover once he comes out of hit stun. Ooh, that's going to be rough. That's going to send Lil Cap into the orange. Keep in mind, this is Stingray coming off of a 3-0 win. Every other set in the loser side of the bracket so far for top 8 has been a 3-0. Meanwhile, we're tied here in this tug of war back and forth between these players in game 3.
Definitely no 3-0 here. Stingray in a little bit of trouble just outside the neutral area, but a second one comes out from Little Cap. Neutral light, and Lil Cap needs to find the finisher here. Oh, that was risky, man.
If that was me, I would have gone into that for sure. I would have faded right back into that, but Lil Cap knew exactly what to do, got away from it, didn't even try to go for the D-Light ground pound there as his knockout option. He knew how much damage was on Stingray, so all it took was that easy to hit recovery.
Yeah, now Lil Cap now gonna try to work on getting that extra credit on the second stock. Again, outspacing these signatures. And this might be why Stingray has generally been opting away from this Orion in his other sets. It's because he's struggling to find those finishing moves with these knockouts. He's very reliant on signatures, whereas with the Queen Knight, he at least has downlight into neutral signature, which is a little bit easier to do than just throwing out a wild signature.
Standing right in the middle of the stage, looking for his opening. Sidelight, D-Light both missing. Lil Cap has just a little bit of a lead here. You're seeing Cap jump around and move around so much before he goes in for a punish.
Almost got caught by that neutral air just outside again. Trying to outspace a lot of these options from Stingray. Ooh, just past the ground pound. Lil Cap sees the opportunity here, gets the weapon toss.
There it is. That's going to be the knockout there. Beautiful forethought to throw out that weapon to interrupt the recovery. Didn't need to go down there, do anything crazy or dangerous. Was able to throw that and get the simple knockout, giving himself a continued huge lead. Man, Lil Cap is avoiding these signatures so well.
He is just controlling Stingray. The dashing underneath from Stingray, and he just throws away the spear. Where's the weapon spawn on the right side? Little Cap gonna try to deny it. And you see him throwing away his hammer, has the sword in hand. This is looking like another win in favor of Lil Cap unless Stingray can bring something big.
There you go, again, getting away from the neutral signature. So many players have fallen prey to the D-Light into the neutral signature from Stingray, from this Orion pick, and it's just not working for him today. Lil Cap, D-Light recovery, taking it out. Now 2-1 in this set, favoring Lil Cap as we go into the next game, and you're seeing the switch over to Queen Nai from Stingray into the movement speed stance.
Yeah, this is what I was expecting just based on how that last game went. Stingray was really struggling towards the tail end of that. Every single thing that he did, Lil Cap was like, I know exactly what you're trying to do. Outspacing all of these signature options from Stingray. Now he's going to have, again, some really good range on his signatures, but he'll at least have some setup options. Just like that, downlight and sig. Stingray, he's listening. He knows what I'm trying to set up.
Yeah, I expect to see a lot of those coming out from Stingray. He doesn't really use too many of the other signatures. Like, he uses the spear down signature a lot, right? But does he use any of the other ones? Like, when we saw Wilson playing earlier today, somehow he was hitting insigs. Like, that move is amazing. I don't know what Wilson was on, man, but he was insane with those insigs earlier today. Now this hammer's really coming alive. It was looking like maybe the weaker the weapons compared to Orion. Like, every time Lil Cap started to pick up a sword, I was really feeling that pickup from him. But the hammer's looking amazing against this Queen Nai.
No, I think Lil Cap's hammer has been looking clean throughout the entirety of this set. But he's going to be juggling for a little bit and sticking with the hammer. Stingray, again, struggling against Lil Cap. Lil Cap just has Stingray's number.
Side stick coming out from him. Side air. Both of them not quite reaching far enough. That's going to be an easy punish because you don't have a ton of range on that side signature, so it's easy enough to dash in. That one comes out. It's going to be the knockout move, and we have a basically even game. That's the power of Queen Nai on Brawlhalla. Once I saw this swap to Queen Nai, I don't think I would have left Brawlhalla as an option. Like, I would not have picked that if I was capped.
I mean, the one thing that's nice about Brawlhalla is that they are it does have the closer kill box. But again, Lil Cap with the ground pound. I don't think he even cares about the map, really. Like, Lil Cap, he's just controlling. He's like, whatever. I'm just gonna
play his game no matter where it is. There is a weapon spawn. You're seeing him try to throw out some hitboxes to keep Stingray away. It's not necessarily the biggest priority for him. You're not seeing him throw his weapon away and pick it up, though he has done that quite a few times before. Nice nair coming out. Almost reaches with the D-Light. Cap finding himself in a great position here. Again, an easy punish for him.
It's so interesting, like, if you go back and rewatch the set, the different options Lil Cap does out of downlight, and there's no, like, consistent thread behind why he does it. He just decides to mix up his follow-ups out of downlight every single time.
That's the Lil Cap difference. That's his gambit. Ooh, that's good positioning for him. Oh!
Side air.
I'm a little bit surprised he was able to pick up the side air off of that because he almost hit that D-Light stacked.
Yeah, that one can get a little bit wonky, especially when they're coming up over that corner as well. If they're a little bit too low, then sometimes you have to not do that jump input. But really good pickup from Lil Cap, and he is going to close it out 3-1 over Stingray.